Yeah, it means a lot to have that kind of support for our team and just to have them behind us. There's no place like it.
Jalen Lloyd gives it off to Dell. Right up the middle, touchdown, Nebraska. Great concept.
So I thought for a first game for Dylan, a lot of great things. I think there's a lot of things we have to clean up as a staff, and we will.
Gets hit as he throws down the field looking for Nayor. Makes a catch inside the 15 to the 10 to the 5. Touchdown.
Sometimes it takes, one big play to kind of spark things up, and it couldn't have been done without my teammates. So it was a great feeling, and, many more of those in the future.
Turn, hand it off to Gabe, right up the middle. Touchdown, Nebraska. His second touchdown of the day, and the Huskers.
It felt good to be out there, make some plays, be out there with my teammates, do what I got to do, and I'm just happy we got the dub.
Throws over the middle, pass is intercepted. Picked off at the 30-yard line. Premier Stewart with the INT to the 40.
Yeah, exactly what you said, not taking the foot out the gas. No mercy, just kill. They back against the wall, we trying to put them through it.
They give the snap, is it a safety? He's right near the goal line. Safety for Nebraska.
But, I thought our guys played hard to the very end. And I thought their team played hard to the very end. I really respect that, That was two teams that respected each other. So that's what Nebraska football is about to me, and it was good to be a part of it. But I'm happy for our guys. I'm going to wake up tomorrow morning. I'm going to enjoy this. This was hard to do, and they've worked really hard to get there. We'll wake up tomorrow, we'll start it all over again.
Those were our Hy-Vee sounds of the game following the Huskers' 40-7 season opening win over UTEP. Welcome in to the Nebraska Football Show. I'm Jessica Coody alongside the head coach, Matt Rhule. Well, that was a fun one to start. Pretty balanced, both sides of the ball, and got things rolling in a good way.
Yeah, happy for the guys. We had a really hard camp. They worked really hard to be able to go out there, control a game, put it away early, and get a lot of guys in the game. It was very satisfying.
It was rocking, really, from the start to finish. I know there was a ton of people that greeted you guys on the Legacy Walk, but there's a lot of buzz around this game.
Yeah, it was exciting. I think we walked back from the stadium to the hotel early. A couple coaches, really just Corey and I, and you could see the downtown starting to come alive. I think when we pulled up at the Legacy Walk, the guys were probably overwhelmed with the outpouring of support, and then get to the game, the crowd was loud, so much so I had to change my headset so I could hear a little bit better, which is great, and it was a good day.
You guys had talked a lot, and your players talked a lot about after the game wanting to celebrate at the 24-hour rule. Why was that important for you guys to really celebrate this first win?
Because winning is hard, and especially, you have a big traditional rivalry coming up this week. People can have a tendency to look ahead, but I wanted to celebrate the accomplishment. I want to celebrate the work, the time that they had spent going out there. I was really proud of the team, at halftime having a lead and coming out and building on it. And so I wanted them to enjoy it, but at the same time, when Sunday morning wakes up, come in here and get ready to get back to work.
All right, well, we're going to dive into all the action, what went into the season opening win, so keep it here on our Nebraska Football Show. Welcome back into the Nebraska Football Show presented by Ludaka Wealth Partners. I'm Jessica Coody with the head coach, Matt Rhule. First time that the Huskers are opening up at home since 2019. It's been a while. Got to be nice to be inside Memorial Stadium the first time.
Yeah, I thought it was great. I thought it was great for our guys, and kind of alluding back to what I said about getting more people in the game. They can only be there when you're at home, so a great way to get the thing started.
All right, well, you guys get the ball to start this thing, and here's the opening drive with Dylan Rhule as the starting quarterback. You immediately from the start get a lot of people involved in this drive.
Yeah, Sept put together a great opening script, to kind of get some guys in the game, get some guys involved, establish the run. Had a penalty or two that moved us back, but great job by Dylan finding the guys on third down and capped it off with a big, powerful run.
How about the O-line here and the hole that was opened up for Dante Dowdell?
I thought the O-line did a great job. Multiple fronts, a very, very unique defense. They did a good job.
So 7-0 Nebraska to start, and the defense, great start as well, forced a 3 and out. So you guys get the ball back quickly here.
Yeah, defense played well from the beginning. Had one drive, but thought they established themselves. And the offense, here we go for them fourth down. We convert it, not convert it. We convert the pass, but just a little bit short. And they respond well. They're an aggressive team, and they make this play to make it a 7-7 game.
Love the way your defense responded, though. Malcolm Hartzog, we're going to see him make a big play, but it seemed like they were like, we're going to get that one back.
Yeah, as I told them, we have to learn how to handle adversity. Things are going to happen. It's going to be 7-7 sometimes. Just keep playing, and we did.
We just saw a big return from Ja'Cory Barney, 35 yards. How about him in the return game for you guys?
He's fun to watch. I thought the job he did on kickoff returns and Isaiah Garcia-Castaneda doing a great job with the punt returns was a big difference in the game.
All right, so here's another defensive stop here by your guys.
Yeah, the guys are flying around. We're playing a lot of guys on defense. Really liked their physicality. Get the ball back to the offense, and here we're driving. We're down in the red zone, and we have to be able to put these types of plays away.
Isaiah Nair was huge for you guys. We're going to see a lot of him in these highlights, but he just is making so many great catches.
Yeah, great catch radius, can run. Here we put the ball on the ground. So, unfortunately, some of the things that we still have to work on come back, but the defense responds. They go out, they get a safety. I haven't had many safeties in my career as a coach, so it was kind of fun to experience that.
It's the first defensive safety for Nebraska since 2009. Ty Robinson said he told you, hey, we got you, coach. We want to get the ball back.
Yeah, they were fired up to go out there and play. And again, special teams gets the ball out to the 41-yard line, and then Dylan comes out, steps in there with pressure in his face, and Isaiah makes a great catch.
How about the connection that Dylan Rell already has with Isaiah Nair and Jamal Banks?
Yeah, those guys spend a lot of time together. And you can see, look at Jamal and those guys running down to celebrate. I thought that was great. I showed the team that today. Just how much they want to play with each other. And then we come out, the defense responds, gets the ball back to the offense, get a good run here from Emmett on second down to get us where we can convert. So we're playing really good complementary football at this point.
How about Emmett Johnson here and really getting going on the ground for you guys?
Yeah, this was, the TV copy doesn't do it justice. It was a great cut at the line of scrimmage. Down here we're trying to get everyone involved. Great job by Thomas. We missed the block, but he gets us back where it's not a big loss. And then nice to put my wife texted me. I checked my phone after the game, and she said, finally the I formation. So I'm serious about that. It was good to get the power play run on the goal line.
And great to see big number 22, Gabe Irvin Jr. back out there getting into the end zone there on that drive.
Yeah, no doubt. He went through a lot last year, so happy he got in the end zone twice. And great job by Malcolm here. Again, we've put together a run now. Defense getting the ball back for the offense. We had a miscommunication here. This really wasn't on the O-line. We gave up a sack. And then just a great job by Dylan here, putting it where only Jamal can get it. And that's how you end a half.
You guys talk about going the 2-minute drill, how much you practice that. Gotta love the execution by your offense to close this out this half.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, we call that the last shot, before the half, where, you don't want to give the ball back to the other team. You want to score as it ends. And it doesn't happen like that very often, but it did.
29-7 the score at half. We're gonna come back and check out the second half action coming up right after this. Welcome back to the Nebraska Football Show, presented by Ludaka Wealth Partners. Well, 29-7 at the half, and Coach, I was talking to Susan Elza at halftime, and you guys only had 2 penalties for 20 yards, both back on that first drive. Had to like the cleanness too going into the second half.
Yeah, I think the guys. We've talked a lot about having a culture of execution where everyone does what they're supposed to do, and by and large in this game, we did that.
You challenged the guys to finish this out strong, so defense gets a stop, offense gets the ball back, and here comes Dylan Rhule again and getting a lot of different guys involved again.
Yeah, you can say obviously here he has the one-on-one to Isaiah. Isaiah wins the one-on-one. The run game I thought this was an excellent run. I mean, this was like a video game. It's only 12 yards, but it was energetic and exciting. And here, you see us here. They're blitzing us. They're picking up the blitzes, getting to his third progression. So a lot of things that you're going to need as the season goes on.
Another run there by Emmett Johnson.
Really, really nice. Great job here getting to really his fifth progression. Emmett fighting. They had defensive holding. They held Fedoni, or else he was going to catch a touchdown. And get Heinrich in the game. Trying to do a little bit of the Taysom Hill, New Orleans Saints goal line package, and we'll continue to build off that. And then finally, just got to get traditional, get under center, and knock them back. And a second touchdown on the day by Gabe Irvin. That's a big physical guy you guys got to hand the ball off to in that situation. Yeah, no doubt. We have two big backs, and that can wear on people. All right, so here we go again, another UTEP offensive series, and lots of guys. I mean, you talked about that. A lot of different guys on defense getting involved. Yeah, once we hit like that 5-minute mark, we were up 37-7. We put really the second and third groups in, and thought it was really important for them to have. We had a fourth quarter shutout with those guys, and a lot of valuable reps for guys that are going to play for us for a long time. And good to see Carter get out there and run around and make some plays. Yeah, we saw a couple of touchdowns or tackles there by Willis McGahee. I did want to go back to that. He's going to be pretty solid for you guys. Willis, he had some really nice pass rushes too. He's great personality, wonderful young man, and he won't redshirt this year. He'll play the whole year. So Heinrich Harburg in at quarterback. This was a monster drive. Started in the third quarter and ends up going for 9 minutes and 26 seconds. But gotta love the way Heinrich came in and managed the offense here. Yeah, Heinrich's really, really developed as a passer. Didn't do a lot with him running the football. in this drive. Got the ball out to different people. Here, Keelan Smith, freshman, making some plays, ran the football. I think 11 different people carried the ball in the game.
And I think 15 different receivers as well. You just mentioned Keelan Smith. You got some young freshmen that you really like that got some action out there.
Yeah, I was happy for those guys to get in. You know, you get to your first college game, and not only do you get to be there, you get to play. And that's an unbelievable feeling.
So come up just short and are able to kick a field goal. So Tristan Alvano, this is the first chance we got to see him, but good to see him knock it through the uprights.
Yeah, we wanted to get in the end zone, and fourth down, you know, it was really good for us though to have a chance to work our field goal timing, and great for Tristan to get out there and have one that counts.
So again, that drive was 9 minutes, 26 seconds, 87 yards on 17 plays. So a big drive there by the offense. And again, here's more different guys getting involved in the defense. And Ramir Stewart, what a story there. He came up to you before the game, said, hey, I made weight, and he makes an interception, and the sideline was fired up.
Yeah, everyone loves Ramir. You know, he's a excellent teammate, really good player, and it's good to see him make that play. And then, Maverick Noonan missed last year. Here he comes out and makes a play. Ish Smith Flores made a play. So we've got a lot of good players. So I was happy they got a chance to play. And this was as fun for me as anything, seeing Jalen Gramstad get in at quarterback. Excellent NAIA Player of the Year. So glad he got a chance to play.
I believe Mason Goldman also gets a sack. So 107 players saw action. How important was that for this team to be able to get a lot of different guys in?
Well, I mean, it lets them know what's possible. Lets them know that the work they're putting in is worth it. And I was happy they got a chance to play. They all come in today. They're all paying attention, just a little bit more because they had a chance to get in and play in a ball game.
507 yards of total offense and very balanced. Gotta love that your offense was able to rely really through the air and on the ground.
Yeah, I mean, if the score was different, probably would have been a six, maybe even 650 a game. So, I like the way we executed. We turned the ball over the one time. We didn't hurt ourselves. We were good on third down, so we were able to convert in key situations, run the 2-minute drill properly. So a lot of things that we've worked on showed up in the game.
All right, we got to get to a break, but coming up next, we've got our Corn Husker conversation. This week, we sit down with Deshaun Singleton. Keep it here. Welcome back into the Nebraska Football Show. It's time for this week's Corn Husker conversation presented by Woodhouse. This week, I got a chance to sit down with senior safety Deshaun Singleton.
Snap back, they give it off to Moody. Right side, hit in the backfield and drop. That's a big-time hit by Deshaun Singleton.
Kicking things off with one of the guys that received a black shirt this week, also wears a single-digit senior safety, Deshaun Singleton. Thank you so much for joining us this week.
I'm happy to be here.
You took on a huge role last season and were really playing really well for this defense before you had the injury. How do you feel going into this season, how health-wise, but then also confidence-wise, knowing what you were able to establish?
I feel very confident in my ability this year. Going through rehab, Coach Hobbs had put me through modified stuff, and he prepared me for this moment now, and I'm just so confident. I feel like I'm stronger than last year, and I'm more prepared than last year.
If you look at the back end of this defense, a lot of names that have been around and played a lot of football together, what does that do when you've got guys like a Malcolm Hartzog and Marquise Buford, Tommy Hill's been here, just that you guys have all played together so much and been through so much together here in Nebraska?
We just want to push each other to be great. Like me and Tommy was arguing today on the field, and we always argue, but at the end of the day, that's my brother, and we want to just push each other to our best ability.
Also this week, black shirts were handed out again, and what does that mean to you to be a part of that and that history and tradition here in Nebraska?
Being a part of it, just being able to come back from injury and earning a black shirt, that just means the world to me, and I understand the history behind it. It's a tradition, it's a culture. Hold the standard and, play at your best.
Your senior year, the recruiting process wasn't easy for you. Where were you at the end of your high school journey?
I went to a small high school, a little two-way school, public school down in South Louisiana. I really wasn't getting no looks. I was getting interest, but I wasn't getting no looks. And by the last game of the season, I didn't have anything. And at that time, I was playing basketball, and I was just thinking about getting a job. I applied for Wendy's, So I was I was ready to start my life. And then an old friend of mine called me, told me to come to JUCO. Drove up there, and I started that. And as for going into JUCO, I just had to come in the mindset of I got nothing to lose.
What made you believe in yourself during that time?
My mom, she told me, you can't quit now because you ain't got nothing to go back to, you know what I'm saying? And it was just self-motivation as well. I wanted better for myself. I wanted better for my brother. I wanted him to see me and say he could do the same thing.
That 18-year-old Deshaun, what would he have said if he would have known what you would be doing now?
He would have said, "You lying. You ain't telling the truth." You know what I'm saying? But I always had faith in myself. Like, I always had dreams of playing D1. I always had dreams of playing NFL. So regardless of what path I was gonna take, I just felt like I knew I was gonna get there.
Coach, I really enjoyed sitting down with Deshaun. He's a fun guy to chat with, but talk about a luxury to have him back there at safety, and he is not afraid to be physical back there.
No, I mean, he's equal parts corner and linebacker, developed into a great safety. And when he got hurt last year, I felt bad for him. An unrecruited guy, went to junior college, gets recruited, shows up here, and he's turned himself into a great teammate and a great player. Just
overall, to have all that depth and experience back there in the back end, how much of a luxury is that for your defense?
Oh, it's great. I mean, they don't give up big plays. They work well together. They get guys on the ground when the ball gets out. And then we have this young, talented group behind them that's being really developed by the older guys like Deshaun and the rest of them. So they're establishing a standard that hopefully will live on.
All right, we're back with final thoughts from Coach Rell coming up right after this. Welcome back. Final segment here of our Nebraska Football Show presented by Ludaka Wealth Partners. Final thoughts with Coach Rhule. Big opening win for your team, 1-0, but now moving on to week 2. You go 1-0 this week. Colorado, it's going to be a big one, going to be absolutely rocking here inside Memorial Stadium. But what are you looking for in this matchup? And I know you've said Shedeur Sanders is one of the best players you've ever faced.
Oh, and they've got a great team, explosive, dynamic. Shedeur Sanders, Travis Hunter, probably two of the first 5 or 6 guys drafted next year in the NFL draft. So, but we have good players too. And what a great opportunity for our players to go out there and play against the best and test themselves. And so I'm anxious to see us, and I just want to see us play like a team.
All right, best of luck.
Thank you.
All right, again, Colorado coming up 6:30 here inside Memorial Stadium. And we'll be back here on the Nebraska Football Show to break it all down for you right here next week.